Today I'd like to continue our journey through chapter 14 of the Gospel of Matthew. We've been discussing that famous story of Jesus walking towards the apostles on the water. They had gone in the boat by themselves. Jesus went off to pray, and then he's approaching the apostles, and they're in the boat, and the boat is moving around kind of rapidly, and apostles, of course, are afraid, and then they see Jesus, and it's like, what's happening here? In verse 27 of chapter 14, Jesus speaks to them to try to calm their fears. Naturally, of course, they're experiencing some fear here with Jesus coming towards them, and they're in this difficult situation. So Jesus spoke to them and says, "Take courage. It is I. Do not be afraid." Jesus obviously tries to reassure them. They're in this very difficult situation. They're afraid that the boat might collapse. And then seeing Jesus, they're not expecting this. They're on the water. What's Jesus doing walking on the water? So Jesus says, "It is I." It is I. Very important statement by Jesus. It's the divine revelatory formula we find in Exodus 3:14. God replies, "I am who am." Then he added, "This is what you should tell the Israelites. I am sent me to you." So God reveals the name of God, this I am, this eternal present. God always is, always was, always will be, and God is revealing his name so that Moses can tell the people the name of God. Jesus, in a similar way, is asking the apostles now, who are in the boat, which kind of represents the church, and he's saying, have courage. There are going to be difficult times that you will face as church. There will be persecutions, there will be confusion, there will be attempts at disunity. There will be times when the church seems like it's not going to survive. It seems like that boat that is the church is going to go under. And so you have to have courage. And I am with you. It is I. So Jesus is revealing who he is. He's telling them, I am God. I will be with you. A very important statement. And then, of course, tying in with that, do not be afraid. And, of course, the tendency for all of us in church, in difficult situations, in difficult circumstances, is to be afraid. We wonder what the future will bring. Will the church survive? Will we survive? What will happen? There are all sorts of challenges that we face all the time. Challenges confronting evils in society, the challenge of war, the challenge of poverty, the challenge of hunger, of homelessness. All of these are tremendous challenges that we face as a church to try to bring the gospel, the good news, to everyone. We don't want to leave anybody out. We want to include all. So that becomes for us a challenge because some people seem that and feel that they are excluded from church. They don't feel a part of the church for many reasons. We see this also reflected in the tradition of the prophets. For example, in Isaiah chapter 41, verse 4, the prophet tells us, who has performed these deeds, these tremendous deeds that God has done? Who has performed these? He who has called forth the generations since the beginning. I, the Lord, am the first, and with the last I also will be. So Isaiah is reaffirming who God is. He is the I am. He is the present. He is always with us. And Isaiah is saying God was there from the beginning. God is the creator. God originated all, and God will be there naturally at the end. God is always with us. God always wants to be with us. God always wants to be present. God is that eternal present in our lives. He's going to be with the first, He was there at the beginning of creation, but Isaiah says also at the last. And so Jesus is echoing in his assertion to the apostles that it is I. He is echoing this tradition in Isaiah. Also, we see it in Isaiah 41:10. Fear not, the prophet says, I am with you. Be not dismayed. I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you and uphold you with my right hand of justice. So God is telling us again who God is. And Jesus is trying to reveal this to the apostles in this difficult situation, in this boat that's almost collapsing, symbolic of the church and the struggles of the church. God is saying, I will be with you. I am always with you. And do not have fear. And of course, it is hard for us not to have fear. We're always afraid of something happening, that something's going to go wrong. There's always the human fear that we face. But God is telling us, and Jesus is telling us, fear not. And why should we not fear, we might ask? Well, the answer is given. Fear not, because I am with you. I am the eternal present. I am always with you. I will be there for you. Might not seem it at sometimes. It might seem like, where is God? No, God, we need you. But God does not abandon us. God is always with us. And Isaiah says, I am your God. I am your God. The I am is your God. The eternal present is your God. And so that God will strengthen us and help us and uphold you with the right hand of justice. So God comes to help us to establish justice. We look around and we see many unjust situations. We see horrible things going on. We see discrimination, war, destruction, robbery, homicides, all these terrible things that are happening. And it can discourage us because we can say, where is the justice? And God says, I am with you as justice. I will help you to achieve justice. I will not abandon you. I will be there for you so that you can strive towards justice. Do we ever reach complete justice? No, but God is with us to help us towards justice. And then in Isaiah 41, in verse 14, fear not, O worm Jacob, O maggot Israel. I will help you, says the Lord. Your Redeemer is the Holy One of Israel. So again, I will help you, I will redeem you. And God is very direct. He says, fear not, O worm Jacob. He's not saying, Jacob, you're great, you're wonderful in yourself. And that message is there from Jesus for us also. It's not that we are great. It's not that we have achieved any wonderful achievements and wonderful deeds. No, we are like the worm Jacob, right? We are just human. We are fallible. We make mistakes. There are scandals. There are all sorts of things that we encounter and that we display that are not good. So when God says through Isaiah to Jacob, you're a worm, we can relate that, yeah, we've done some pretty bad things. And then he says, not only that Jacob is a worm, but, Israel is a maggot. God is not complimenting the people here, right? And God is being very truthful, very honest, and pointing out our weaknesses, our failings, and we have those as church. In that boat with the apostles, where there is that fear, where there is that uncertainty, where there is that doubt, we are the worm, we are the maggot. We are weak. We need God's strength. We need to turn to God for strength. And then in Isaiah 43, 1-3, we see an even further understanding of this. But now, thus says the Lord, who created you, O Jacob, and formed you, O Israel, fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name, you are mine. So again, what is God expressing to us? I am your Redeemer. I have called you by name. I know you intimately. I love you completely. I give myself to you totally. So yes, you are the worm, you are the maggot, you're afraid, you think you're going to sink, you think the church is going to disappear. Yes. All of those are very human emotions, our very fallible selves. Jesus is telling us in this incident of the walking on the water and coming to the apostles, he's saying, I will be with you, I will help you. And in doing that, of course, he's echoing the teaching of the prophet Isaiah and basically saying to us, do not be afraid.